I can do this. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie Decker, and today I wanted to do this sit-down storytime video for you to help you understand more of my autoimmune disease and what I go through kind of behind the scenes. And a lot of you asked so many questions on a lot of things that I share with you, because I share small bits of my life, like when I have to get any procedure done or go and get my infusions. I share a little bit with you, but today I really want to just share more of the story so you can understand a little bit better. And I'll briefly talk about like my story growing up with rheumatoid arthritis, but I'm really going to get into everything that happens along with it, not just the pain you get in your joints or a flare-up and things like that. So I was diagnosed at age 2, and from 2 to 12 years old, I was on a chemo drug called methotrexate. A lot of people with similar autoimmune diseases as me take that medication, and it works really well. And it worked really well for me, and it put it into remission, and I felt great. Big things I struggled with when I was a kid was my arms were locked. I couldn't straighten them any straighter than this. And that was definitely difficult because I was a ballerina. So like it didn't look pretty when I couldn't straighten my arm all the way. And it definitely was painful. But that was one thing I truly really remember growing up that really affected me. More so the medication though, that really affected me. It made me as a kid hate medicine, like taking anything to help a headache or your stomach was hurting. I like never wanted to take any medication because the methotrexate I was on like scarred me. I was like, no, medicine makes you feel more sick. And still to this day, like it's so hard for me to swallow a pill. Even though it was a shot, like I got a shot of it like once a week. My mom would or my dad would give me the shot. But like even swallowing a pill to this day, I'm like, ew. But the main thing I really wanted to talk about today is everything that happens other than flare-ups with my joints and things that you have to be aware of with having an autoimmune disease, and the difference between my arthritis and the arthritis my dad has in his knee from just being hard on it. And the big difference is and I'm no doctor, so like I don't know all the correct terms, so don't like hate on me, please. The big thing is it doesn't just affect your joints. So the autoimmune disease I have, my body attacks itself for some reason. I don't know why. And so it doesn't just attack my joints, it attacks my eyes. I have a lot of trouble with my eyes. They get very, very dry to where I had to buy these stupid expensive eye drops. You have no idea how expensive they are. And just to help so when I blink it doesn't hurt. And that's something that I struggled with starting last year. And that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I have to go see the eye doctor constantly to make sure that my autoimmune disease isn't affecting my eyes, but it can affect any organ. I'm 22 and I've already done 2 colonoscopies and 2 upper endoscopies. And I feel like, you don't usually get that done until you're much older, but they just want to always make sure everything's okay and that no inflammation is happening anywhere else, because that can become very dangerous. And it can affect your heart and multiple other things. I've already have done like, what's that test called when they hook you up with all those things and you run on a treadmill?
Stress test?
I have done a stress test when I was 17, when my arthritis came back into remission, or out of remission, sorry. When it came back out of remission, I did a stress test. I've done all these different procedures. Are you coming to say hi, Cash? Okay. I feel very lucky from other stories I hear of other kids that have been diagnosed at very young ages like I was. And like I remember my doctor telling my mom and I when I was there one day at the doctor's office that before I'm 20 I was going to need hip replacements and things like that, and I'm so lucky that I haven't needed to do anything like that. But it definitely can affect a lot of kids in different ways. and make it more difficult on them other than just their joints. It can make, I remember watching a YouTube video on this mom and her kids and how it's affected her life, and it made her blind. And I remembered, like, that was me searching on YouTube to see if there was another video of someone else telling their story and talking about it. And like, it's so scary to see things like that and know that you have that same autoimmune disease and that could happen to you. And that is very terrifying. And now that I've really figured out what medication I've wanted to go on, it's called Rheumatoid. I have a YouTube video of me going through the day of what it's like when I get that infusion done. Go check it out. But the big thing is when I wanted to go on that medication, it took months because I was having problems with my organs and they couldn't figure out exactly what was causing certain pains while I was eating food. And I'll insert the picture right now because I had to get my gallbladder removed before I could even go on this medication, because it's not safe to be in the hospital, or if you get an infection or anything like that, you can't go on this medication I wanted to go on to help fight my rheumatoid arthritis. But I'll insert the picture now so you can see it was right after the surgery got done. So there's so many things that I do to really try to manage the pain and flare-ups and anything else, because it doesn't just affect your joints. Like I said, it can also make you very, very tired, and that's the big thing too that really affects me. Weather, when it's rainy today, it's a very like gloomy out and rainy, and that can affect and make your joints hurt and a flare-up happen. So there's so many things I do throughout the day to make sure that tomorrow's gonna be a good day too, like not missing a meal, sleeping very well, like stretching, staying active, moving, meeting with my trainer. And there's so many things that you can do to prevent from having a bad day, but then there's times where you just absolutely can't prevent it. It comes out of nowhere and it just like hits you out of nowhere and it really hurts. But there's so many things you can do to prevent from having the next day not be a good day. So now that I've explained most of it, and comment down below if you want to hear more of the story or like specifically a certain part of the story more in detail, comment down below and let me know. But I screenshotted a couple questions that are asked frequently that I just want to answer really quick before this video ends. And a huge question I get asked all the time is, how serious like is your case? Like, how serious is your arthritis? And it just depends. Like, when I was younger, it was very, very serious. And it just depends, and it can become very serious, and then it can, you know, mild out and be not as serious. It just depends, and you have no idea of knowing. I'm pretty sure the doctors have no idea of knowing when you're gonna have a flare-up, or if it's gonna start affecting your eyes or attacking your organs or anything. You have no idea. So you just always have to be prepared, and you always have to know when you're sick and what precautions to take, because you are, like with the medication I'm on, my immune system is already suppressed. You just have to be very cautious and aware of what you're doing. Like I said, if you get sick, go to the doctor, because you don't know how serious it could be with having an autoimmune disease. So someone on here said, what medications do you take? They said that they are on methotrexate, and I screenshotted that because I was on methotrexate. And if you're watching this video and you're the one who asked me that question, please comment down below and let me know if you like that medication, because I absolutely hated it. And I'm really liking what I'm on now. I'm on Rheumatoid, and like I said earlier, it comes in through an IV, and it takes about 4 hours of the whole procedure to be done in the IV to be finished. And someone asked, how is your liver doing? I get that question a lot with the medication I'm on. And I know with the methotrexate that I was on when I was younger, that is dangerous for your liver. I'm not completely sure about the medication I'm on now. I haven't heard the doctor mention anything about that, but I haven't asked. I would have to do research on that to see if it is dangerous on your liver. I believe it's not, because she would have mentioned something along the lines of no drinking. I'm not a big drinker, but I am 22, so I'm old enough too, and she definitely would have mentioned something. But I remember being on methotrexate, that was a big no, you cannot have any alcohol with it, because then it gets dangerous for your liver. And someone asked me, is having arthritis why you stopped playing hockey? Or did you stop because you wanted to focus on racing? Well, I stopped playing hockey because I'm out of high school now. I played hockey through my whole career of high school, but I never got to do any hockey in the summer or anything because I really focused on racing. And I really believe that hockey was the best sport for me to play because it was really easy on my joints, actually. It wasn't any running like soccer or anything. It wasn't any pounding on my knees or my ankles. The biggest thing was the cold really affected it. But the physical part of hockey, I really enjoyed playing that sport, and it was really easy on my arthritis. Someone asked, this isn't a very frequent question, but I screenshotted it because someone asked, how do you stay so positive through it? And I'm surrounded by so many loved ones that really understand what I go through, because they're with me every single day and come to all my doctor appointments, because I literally go to the doctor probably once every 2 weeks. And they are with me through it all, and that's just been my whole life, and so they're very understanding, and they really help me keep a positive attitude towards it. Someone asked, has your arthritis gotten any better? Well, it technically can't get better, but it can can't get better, but it can stay where it's at, and that's what we're trying to do right now, is maintain where it's at, and the damage it's done, just maintain it, because you can't it can't get better, and there's no cure for getting rid of it either. You can only maintain. So like I said earlier, if there's any questions you have, comment down below, please. Or if there's a certain part of this story you want more information of, comment down below, and I can make another video that's more in detail of certain parts. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!